Okay, so we're going to do light bulb change today, headlight bulb. And I got the owner's manual out for the car, so the Windstar. And I went to the page where it says replacing the headlamp bulb. It says here it uses replaceable bulbs. We're going to take a look at that. And it says handle the halogen headlight bulb carefully and keep out of children's reach. Grasp the bulb only by the plastic base and do not touch the glass. The oil from your hand could cause the bulb to break the next time the lamps are operated. So if you touch the glass itself, here's a bulb. If you touch the glass itself, the oils from your fingers will transfer onto it, and it creates this tension on the glass, and then the bulb, as soon as it gets hot, will explode. So you gotta be very careful of that. So a couple of precautions. So here's one that's actually exploded. The glass is gone, and the filaments are all gone. It looks like somebody's dropped this one. Okay. These are halogen bulbs. So they're fairly cheap. Generally, when you have a light bulb go out, so I'm going to turn the lights on in a minute so you can see it. Generally, if you have one light go out, I would replace both left and right as a set. So I'll turn them on. And you'll see that when I go to, I'm on high beam right now, so both the high beams are working and the low beams are not. Okay? So the filaments on both the low beams have blown out. The bulbs are going to be hot. If they've been on at all and you had it on high beam, they'll be hot when you take them out. So you can remove the light bulb. I have a headlight here that's already out of the car. You can remove the headlight by unscrewing this little clip in the back, taking that off, and then pulling the light bulb out. Okay? And then, once you got the light bulb out, you can look in your owner's manual. My owner's manual here doesn't tell me for this car directly on that page, but probably somewhere else, what light bulb it is. I took the light bulb out, and on the side, you may or may not be able to see it, it says that it's a 9007. Okay, it says DOT, that's Department of Transportation, and then it's a 12 volt. Once you get your new light bulbs, usually, like I said, replace them in a pair. You have to make sure that you key them in properly. So there's a little tab here where the electrical connector goes on, and you got to kind of lock that in. Make sure it's locked in all the way. If you force it any other way, the bulb's probably not going to sit in there correctly, and it's probably not going to light up on the road properly. Then put your clip in, and you also want to make sure that it's seated properly, because there's a rubber O-ring on the bulb, the red O-ring right there, that seals any moisture from getting inside. You get any moisture on the light, and it's going to probably explode the bulb. So that's a replaceable halogen bulb, just like the taillight bulbs. This is what we call a sealed beam. This is pretty old school. It's a glass lens, where the ones on new cars, these are plastic lenses. They can take rocks and chips and debris and they won't break. This one, if you get hit by a rock, it'll just shatter the glass. And the reason they call it a sealed beam is that the light bulb is actually part of it. So it's a lot like the taillight bulbs that you took out. And you can't replace the bulb. You have to replace the whole unit. There's generally a bezel or a grill, and then there'll be another ring around here with some screws. And these come in, I think these are 7-inch diameters. And then they come in rectangle. They come in these small rectangles. Usually there's 2 on each side, a high and a low. And then they come in large rectangle, which is high and a low in a single unit. This is a high and a low in a single unit also. So much like the bulb has a high and a low filament inside of it. Okay? This one, like I said, you take the connector off and you change the whole assembly. You don't see too many of these anymore, mainly on older cars. And if you drop them, they'll shatter like dropping a glass on the ground. So I showed you how to take the bulb out of the back with the connector, and I know it's going to be a little hard to see. From here, this one has these clips. Now, they've seen better days. They're a little bit broken. And you pull these out. And then the whole headlamp assembly slides out. This one, the clip is broken. And then I'm going to release the signal marker bulb. And then you can get at the bulb, just like we did with the other one. Undo the clip ring and take it out. This has adjusters. They've been broken. I'm going to show you on the other car what they look like. Okay? So pretty simple. Once you know kind of where everything is, that plugs in. Got to make sure we plug in the electrical connector on the back so that it works. Okay, I'm not going to change the light bulb. Actually, yeah, I'll change the light bulb while we're in there, just so you can see if it works or not, and make sure we get the correct one. This one, I don't know if you can see it, but you can actually, the one filament is gone. Okay. Might be a little tough to see. Try and hold it steady. The one filament is gone out of the bulb. And I said this was a 9007. I'll get another one. And you can see the filament. Hopefully it's not blurry. You can see the filament there is okay. Plug it in. If you do by chance ever touch the glass of the light bulb, just take a little bit of window cleaner on a rag, not much, and wipe the oils off. Clean up the bulb, make sure it's dry, no residue or anything on it, and you should be able to put it in and it'll be fine. But most of the time those bulbs fail because the person that put them in touched their fingers on them. Put that in, electrical connector, clip it in. I'm going to try it before I put the clips back in. And then I have both beams now on this side. Okay, I can also check my signal. So my signal works because I was in there at the same time. Get my clips. I would do one side at a time because the clips are different and they've got these edges on the top, and one goes this way and one goes this way. So make sure that you know which way they go back in. And this poor van has seen better days, so there we go. Okay.